Hi guys, welcome to the channel. For those that don't know me, my name's John and I am the founder of the very successful Facebook group Adult 3D Printing and also the owner and editor of iLove3dprinting.com. Because of this, ELEGOO have been in contact with me and asked me to have a look at a couple of their products. The previous one being the ELEGOO Saturn 4 Ultra, which I did do a video on a couple of weeks ago. This time they've asked me to take a look at their ELEGOO Centauri Carbon, which is their first XY printer, which we are really excited about. That being said, they haven't told me what to say in these videos. It is all my own opinion. They have sent me the printer as a pre-release model, so there may be a few little technicalities, a few bugs and whatnot that they need to iron out prior to release. I'm filming this late January now, and the product is due to release, I think February the 4th. They've asked me not to release this video until then. So please bear that in mind as we get this thing unboxed and tested out. So without further ado, let's get it out of the box. First things first, I have noticed that this thing does weigh quite a bit. So please bear that in mind when you're ordering. Let's get this thing opened and see exactly what we get inside. Exciting. Packaged really well, and let's have a look, see what we get. So that's a glass panel for the screen. I presume this is the top, a bit like the bamboo printers. When printing low temperature filaments such as PLA and flexible filaments, please remove the top cover, it says there. Okay, let's see what we get. Try and do this one-handed. Apologise for the mess in here, guys. I am in the middle of the turning around this actual workspace. Here we go. Right, let me set you down and I'll pull this out and stick it on the table for a better view. So it looks very nice. It's got like a matte sort of metal finish to it. These do feel, these do feel metal, not plastic. Some plastic casing, but it's like a graphite grey. I don't know if you're picking that up on the camera. I've moved you back, try and get this in better shot for you guys to see. So it's got just some black packaging on the inside. There was nothing left in the box, by the way. This is how it comes out of the box. We've got some type of box there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. And just more packaging. Let's take a look. I'll show you the insides. Like 2 fan ports on the back. There's the chute. Sorry if my camera's not the best, guys. And your typical kettle flex cable there. That's where you got your boarding tube, comes out here. This is where you put your filament in, I presume. Have a look. Is it? We shall see. We shall see. So first things I'm noticing here, I'm not too keen on that kink there in the tube. What else can we see? Let's open the door and have a look through the front. So it comes with a textured PEI plate, 256 by 256 by 256. The plate says PLA, TPU, ABS, PETG, and carbon fibre. So that one feels different. This one feels almost optimized for PLA printing, this one. So that's that. Magnetic, square build plate. That's the insides. Glass door. Very much like another printer that we know. USB port at the front there. And obviously the part for the actual screen, which I presume is in this box over here. Right, so let's see what we've got inside our little box of goodies, shall we? User guide, instructions, the actual user manual. We get spool holder, and this is the screen. Little packet of bits and pieces here. Like I say, this is the pre-release model. I'm not sure how much of this stuff will be given, or if you'll get even more stuff. I'm not sure about that. This is what they've sent me. A little bit of Rapid PLA Plus there. Just some screwdrivers and hex Allen keys. We've got what looks like the thumb drive and the, I don't know what they call these scrubber for the brush, for the actual, sorry, for the nozzle, the scrubber for the nozzle, the cleaner. That must need to be stuck down unless that's a spare. Yeah, that's a spare because I can see one in there. Scraper blade. Glue stick. I don't really use these, so this will be a first if I need to. Grease. And a needle. And that is that. Put all that back in there for now. We'll see what we need. Also, the flex. And that's everything. I think. Yep, that's everything. So let's get this thing put together, shall we? So take out the foam and toolkit from the printer, unlock the heated bed. So there's 3 screws that need taking out. Use a 2mm Allen wrench to remove the 3 screws in the picture. So we'll do that first. Right, next is to install the touchscreen. Insert ribbon cable into the port by pressing the terminal as pictured. Make sure the gold contacts on the ribbon cable face upwards. Install the screen into the corresponding slot on the printer and push it down to lock in place. There's the back. And that looks like it's in. Bit fiddly, but we got there. Right. Now we need to put the device into the do-it-self check. So let's get this moved over to the area where it's going to live and put some power into it. So this is where it's going to live for now. Things are changing in here, but I've got it sat on a very sturdy bench there. I've just turned it on, and I wanted you guys to see the first time it gets turned on and what it does. Right, so straight away we need to select our language. The monitor is quite nice, the small touchscreen monitor here. Let's see what it feels like. Nice and responsive. Use hex key to remove the 3 screws. Well, we've already done that. Welcome to ELEGOO. Ensure the chamber is free from foreign objects, then click confirm. Confirm. Let's get this lid on quickly before I do the self-check. Glass lid. Be interesting to see how loud this thing is. I've took all the extra bits of packaging from the inside as well. I took all that out after I moved it over here, in case someone thinks I hadn't. Right. Place the build plate correctly with side A facing up. The process is expected to last for 30 minutes. Let's start it. Do not touch the printer during self-checking. So while this is doing this, I'll go through a few specifications. So first things first, we'll check out the size of the printer. Obviously, as we said earlier, the actual internal is 256, 256, 256, but the outer casing comes in at 500mm tall by 400mm wide and approximately 400mm deep as well. So that's the outer casings for those that need to know what sort of space that they'll need. Obviously, you're going to need extra space on the side because you're going to want to put your filament spool on there. At the moment, the printer apparently only uses one roll of filament per time. But I have heard, not from ELEGOO, but rumour, that they are working on an AMS system for this printer as well. Right, so specifications. Let's have a look. It comes with a camera. I don't know the exact quality of the camera. That's something that I'm going to have to find out. It comes with a 0.4 standard stainless steel nozzle and can reach speeds up to 500 millimeters a second, which is fast. Whether or not that's maximum, I don't think you would be printing at that, but yeah. Maximum temperature of the nozzle can go up to 320 degrees C, and the maximum temperature of the bed is 110. I think that's pretty standard. It uses at the moment the slice software is the ELEGOO slicer only, but this is pre-release, don't forget, and I dare say that once it gets released, it will be opened up to your favourite slicer. Input file system usual, STL, OBJ, FreeMF and STP. And it uses a USB drive and does have Wi-Fi as well. And it actually weighs in at 17.5 kilos, which is quite heavy. Right, now that's that finished. It did take approximately 30 minutes like they said it would. So let's see what we need to do next. I've just, while that was doing its thing, I did have a look and to see how I connect to the ELEGOO slicer, and I did download their ELEGOO satellite. Unfortunately, the printer isn't available on there yet, obviously, because it's not been released yet. So what I've done is I have then checked on the USB drive, and they have actually included a separate slicer for this printer, and I've installed that. So hopefully we'll be able to send across a benchy and see exactly how that goes. Right, so now we're connected to the internet, which is quite easy on the touchscreen. I do find this touchscreen a lot better than the bamboo version, the A1 that I have, and I've had the P1P as well, and the P1S. The touchscreen on this just seems a little bit easier to navigate. Just had a quick look inside there, and just to show you, this is with the light. Let me just get the camera and show you in. So the light is on the side there, a little bulb lamp, which is also right next to the camera that I mentioned earlier. There's some slight extrusion there. Maybe that's from testing, I'm not sure, in the lab, or in the warehouse, should I say. Right, so I'm just using the slicer there. I've put in the preload benchy that's actually on the software itself. And as you can see, I've loaded it up with, actually that's wrong, that needs to be changed to PLA Plus. And we'll give it a slice and we'll see how long it's going to take. According to that, it's going to take 34 minutes and 31 seconds. Well, 34 minutes, 39 seconds total time, which is pretty fast for a benchy. So let's get it sent off and see how we do. So it's not pulling any failure through. Let's stop that and try again. Okay, very surprised there. I thought it would feed the filament through itself. It doesn't seem to have done that. Let's see if it does it this time. I've pushed it through as far as I can. I'm very surprised. Let's see if this solves it. Right, I seem to have solved the problem. It is now extruding, as we can see, but it did have some grey filament in there, which I'm not sure why that's obviously come from when they were testing it at the factory. As I pushed the filament through the boarding, it dislodged something. It felt like it did. It moved past something. I'm not sure what, but now it seems to be extruding fine. So let's get on with this print. Right, we'll come back to that when it's finished. I just wanted to make guys aware it's quite noisy. I don't know if you can hear that. It's a noisy machine. Close the door, and it does keep some of that noise out. It's better with the door closed. Right, we are 20% in. It still says it's 27 minutes left, but I just wanted you to see this thing going. This is at real time. It's amazingly fast. It really is. Let me see if I can zoom the camera in. And from what I can see at the moment, it's looking like a nice model. And there we have it, guys. One just over half an hour benchy. Done. And I've got to say, I am really, really impressed. There's a bit of stringing, just a little bit, but that's probably more down to the filament that I used. But I am really happy with that. For those that are wondering, the filament that I used was the eSun PLA Plus. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how that came out. So there we have it, the unboxing and the first print of the Centauri Carbon by ELEGOO. Really happy with the print. A couple of things to note. It is quite loud, but it is quieter when you close that front door over. And obviously, in the past, with other manufacturers of 3D printers, they have been quite loud when they first come out, and they've been able to release updates, firmware updates to quieten motors and things like that down. So hopefully ELEGOO will follow suit with that. Also, the other thing was the issue with the PTFE tube pushing the filament through actually dislodged something. I'm not sure what, might have been something stuck inside the pipe itself, but it is now extruding absolutely fine, as you can see from the benchy that it printed. I will be keeping an eye on the tube to make sure that future prints are coming out well, because that is something I am a little bit concerned about, if I'm honest with you. Maybe need to print some type of rail or something to go in there. I will be reporting this back to ELEGOO. So next I will be printing off some more models on the Centauri Carbon and seeing how they come out, because as we all know, benches are perfectly sliced, but let's see how it actually gets on with some other different models as well. If you want me to print out anything in particular, or you've got any ideas, or you want me to take a closer look at anything on the printer, then by all means, leave a comment in the section below and I will be happy to do that for you. For those of you interested in coming over to my 3D printing community, the Adult 3D Printing Group over on Facebook, I'll drop a link in the section below, and I'll also drop a link in there for our website, ilovefreedprinting.com. And obviously don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to hang around and see what else this machine can do. I hope you've enjoyed the content, and until next time, I will see you all later. Happy printing, guys.